I'm just vegging out today. I don't want to do anything. I should be watching a movie, literally. Um, whoever lives with me has decided. Well, it looked like they were half unloading the dishwasher, and then it looks like they wanted to give up and leave the house. So I think they're getting sick and tired of me living here. A couple of days ago, they said, "Oh, can I go for a walk with you if you go out for a walk today?" It seemed as though they wanted to tell me something. I had that in the back of my mind, but I didn't realize it had stopped raining, and they said that they went for a walk by themselves. But it's really weird because they want to do this house up. I don't have any income. And, it'd be really weird if they asked me to leave because I had to, with my work from home position, I had to literally move my email to be able to contact the manager and stuff. So I had to switch to another email to send them an email, which means that I possibly have been blocked from the system, from their contacts, and they can't receive my email unless I move to a email which they don't have on file or something. So it just comes across that they might not want me again. I mean, my stats have been low, but and stuff, but I'm trying to improve that by logging on during the day, making sure I do it. But at the same time, I have a feeling that the company is just fed up sometimes, but they keep me on. I mean, sure enough, I probably earn them hundreds of dollars a week, but yeah, I'm not really sure where it's going. I mean, the payment system sucks. They don't even give me as much as I earn. They give me as much as they feel like they want to give me. It hasn't really been a very good job ever since they kicked me off my $10 an hour, which is the most that they've paid me. So I think that was the chin up, so to speak. I think that was the promotion, and because I seem to be moody and emotional, somehow they canceled me from it and whatever. So and ever since I've been like this drag, hanging onto their system. But so I'm probably going to be really screwed. I mean, internet connections are very unstable. I can't get permanent internet connection. So it's making working from home really hard. Like literally, like even studying is really hard to get through when you can't even connect to the internet to get access information. So I find it annoying, the lack of internet, because I can't just do something on the computer all day because literally, the connection's so bad it kicks you off. At the moment, after 5-10 minutes, it kicks you off the internet and it stays off and stuff. So usually I throw a switch or so to get connected, but sometimes that doesn't work too. So but I'm sort of, yeah, not sure where I am in life. But anyway, the person, they just seem to have left, around 9 a.m. when I was like awake but still in bed. And then they sent me a message, or so and so, they need to babysit because a relative has a little bit of a moody, bloody kid who keeps getting in trouble at school. So they apparently responded and ran right over there, like an hour and a half's drive away, just to look after them. But I think maybe they wanted to as well. But I don't know whether this is true or not, whether it is. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it is, but I don't know. At the beginning of the week, they said, oh, this so-and-so's having emotional issues. I need to go over there and stay for a week. So she was literally ready to pack it all up and spend the whole week there from Sunday. And it's now like Wednesday, and they've just, they were obviously, packing away the dishwasher, and they just dropped that and just ran out of the house, really. So, but at the moment, I'm thinking maybe they're depressed. My presence here is getting on their nerves, and they just wanted to run out. Is sort of how it comes across a little bit, because I tried to text them, I tried to call them twice, and they're not answering their phone, not responding to my text. They responded to one of my texts, but they didn't respond to any other of the texts. I just went to have a little conversation just to see, what's happened and how long they expect to be there. Will they be available to pick me up tonight and stuff? So, things which I generally like to know. Just needed a 5-minute conversation. They're totally not picking up the phone, And I'm like, maybe they just want to ignore me. So I did them a little bit of a favor. I vacuumed all the floors, and I'm probably going to end up dusting the windowsills, which is something I do to help maintain a clean environment. But other than that, there's not a lot I can do, unless I wash the walls or something. But you don't need to do these things, and I hate feeling like I should be doing something just to input, because they're around all the time. They can do whatever they like. But lately I've had a feeling that they wanted to kick me out again, and I just don't know whether they want to or not. I don't plan. At the moment, I'm sitting here till the end of the year to see if I get any opportunities arise. And then if not, maybe resign myself to just totally just, living somewhere cheap and affordable or something. I don't want to rent. I just want to buy a house and stay there. But, without the income coming in, it's like really hard for me to plan anything but loafing around, because, sure enough, I'm getting some income and I'm saving a bit. But once I'm on my own and you need to use your money for, your housing, that's when, it becomes more financially difficult, because I literally don't have the kind of jobs that support me so I can be independent with ease. I'm sort of struggling. I'm using all my savings and I end up with nothing. At the end I end up broke. So that's happened once before when I moved. And I'm pretty sure if I move now, that'll happen again, maybe. And I have a bit of trouble of knowing where I want to live as well. So I'm waiting for opportunities of a ridiculous nature to see if they open. One of them almost came true last night. Not last night, but last week. I almost won, a competition to give you a bit of a jackpot. So that's sort of one of my dreams, like winning a jackpot, like a raffle draw. So I was going to say, before I was interrupted, I'm in a little bit of a personal dilemma of once again stuck in a rut and not knowing what to do if the person you're leaning on or being supported by chucks you out. So, but it's the same old thing. Ever since I was young, I had the same dilemma. Then I sort of matured and lost my money in the same dilemma, and now I'm back here and same dilemma once again. It doesn't ever seem to stop being a dilemma. It's like a chain around my neck or something. But I'm getting sort of more and more into the frame of mind that they might not like me again. I did show them a story, and ever since they've been indifferent, I'm not showing them any more stories or asking their opinions of my art, because everything that they want to say is negative. They don't even try to balance negative with positive. They just want to say negative things, and I'm like, I'm not going to listen to a negative conversation. I mean, they could say something, or at least make it shorter, so it's short and sweet, not a 20-minute discussion of how bad they think something is, you know. So they liked one of my stories, which was a kid's story. They liked that a lot. So I've given them a copy of that one, and I'm not showing them anymore because I'm not a professional writer. I'm just an amateur writer who likes to write for fun, and I don't want them to just destroy my fun by trying to treat me like I should be totally professional, or should be like, you know, an A grade student, you know, who is going to be a writer or something. You know, they want to take it too seriously, and here I am just trying to develop different ways to tell stories. You know, it's not as though I expect it to be the most fantastic story in the world. I just try to give an original voice, and when they're just kicking you in the teeth repeatedly, pretty much it's like, I don't need to listen to this. I just won't show you my stuff so you can make a comment, because I do notice that they sway very negatively, like they sway way too heavy on the negative, and they don't balance it with any positive, and they're just, you know, having a long bitchy spiel, and I'm like, oh, you know, that's gonna ruin me of my ambition to want to write, because all it is a big long negative spiel. It's not short and sweet. It's not direct to any point. They just want to continue spieling. So it takes them to the habit of treating me in a negative light and keeping their negative words for me and stuff. So I don't want to encourage that by getting them to give me feedback when all they're going to do is crush a negative thing against me. So I'll say, that's it. The kid's story was their favorite story, and all the rest, you know, all the rest is I'll just keep to myself, because I did mention that one of them was an adult directed movie, not movie story. And I think they just prefer the kids' story. So I said, that's it. The kids' story is one hands down. So I'm not going to show them anymore, because otherwise I'm going to be like inviting a personal assault, and it probably would turn into a habit if I invited it regularly. So I'm just going to keep my stuff to myself. I don't have to tell them anything. I don't have to tell them about my bank account or whatever, but I do have to tell them if I want to leave. You know, when I'm packing things up, I'll just tell them, hey, I've got a place to live. But at the moment, I'm just hanging on like I've always hanged on to other people, and I'm pretty much alone, and I don't know what I'm doing, and it doesn't help that I moved into a place where I'm not used to the place. And if I was stayed in the other place, I probably would have joined some agency, maybe possibly given me a bit of work to help me out financially. But at the same time, you know, I'm not saying that that would work out, but that's a plan to do if I find myself alone, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone thinks modeling agencies suck though. So, and up here they want the smaller kind, which is why I regret moving up here, because I'm the larger kind and I'm not small very often. I've reached small once, and that was a one-off thing. Like, I've never been so small, and I literally don't know how I reached it. I just knew that I was doing a combination of things, and the activities helped me reach some weird weight, but which I've never reached since. So no matter how many times I blast my abs in a day or whatever, so it's a little bit of a make-believe weight. So but yeah, I don't like feeling like I might be unwelcome. Like, I'm only guessing that I might be unwelcome. I'm only guessing that they consider thinking of tossing me out. So, which isn't pleasant. I just hope if they do say, hey, I don't want you here anymore, then at least they could just say it and allow me a couple of months to find out where I want to live next, you know, as opposed to making it a screaming session and making you distressed and feel like you need to call the cops or something, or a mediator to try and get them to cut off the violence, you know. So, but I am feeling like they want me out. But looking at the yard today, it's like maybe the house is sinking or something because the trees are all sinking. And I'm like going, what the hell's going? Like, sure enough, we've had like a couple of days of storm, but I've not seen the trees so low in quite a while. And I'm like thinking, maybe everything's like gonna be. Maybe there's something wrong with the earth or something, but maybe it's just gotten a drenching and it's not used to it. I don't know, but this is just an old cheap house that's turned expensive because the real estate's prices around it have hiked up. So to me, this isn't a great mansion of any kind, and they're pretending it is. And sure enough, in some way it is because it's a nice place to live, but and a real house. But it's not. They're not. They're still not proving that they're ultra rich or anything, and I hope it's because they don't have any money, and that they have to stay here forever. But if they kick me out, fair enough. I'll just wander off somewhere else. I just have to decide where on earth it's going to be, and I just don't know where it's going to be right now.